Well, good morning, gang. Good to see you here. Thanks for stopping by. When I worked nights last year and for the 5 years before that, one of my favorite ways to spend the night on my break was to ride 6, 7, 8 miles, depending on just how motivated I was that night. But the thing is, when I was riding my bike, I was out in town, there were street lights and stuff like that. Now that I'm on days, I get my bike riding in the mornings, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And I have been in the market for a flashlight to mount to my bike to make that a lot easier than just the cheap little Walmart special that you can get for $15 and attach to your bike. So I have been in the market for a more permanent and a better solution. Now, ironically, a light that I was looking at, Olight, the company that makes it, happened to send me an email asking me to take a look at that very same light. So let's go ahead and talk about that light real quick.
But first, we need to head to the store to grab the stuff to attach the light to my bike, but also at the same time, I'm going to grab stuff so I can attach it to my dashboard on my truck, so it can also act as kind of like my truck light as well.
Like I said, guys, this is an Olight. This is an R50 Seeker. This does come in a couple different models. They do have just the R50 Seeker. They have the R50 Seeker Pro, which this is. And they do have an R50 Seeker Pro LE, which is a law enforcement model. As far as I can tell, guys, the only difference between any of these models is the accessories that come with the light itself. My suggestion would be to go ahead and spend the extra 10 or 15 bucks and get the law enforcement model. The accessories that come with it basically just provide a lot more options as far as charging and where you can store it. It comes with a mount that you can attach to your dashboard in your vehicle or basically wherever you want to. However, that mount does have integral charging into it, so it does provide a bit more flexibility than just the standard Pro and regular models. It does have several different modes, low, medium, and high. Also, it has turbo. Respectively, it's 60 lumens, 400 lumens, 1500 lumens, and 3200 lumens. The higher modes do come with some pretty significant time caps on it. The turbo has 1.5 minutes. The high has a 10-minute time cap. However, once you get back down into what I would consider to be normal user modes, the time usage is pretty impressive. Medium at 400 lumens is 7.5 hours. Low, you get on up to 50 hours. Both of those modes are going to be the modes that I typically will use it in. The medium will be what I ride my bike with, and 7.5 hours is plenty. That medium mode with 7.5 hours is actually one of the reasons why I was tempted to buy this light specifically for my bike to begin with. It is easy to use. It only has one button functioning. It doesn't have a tail cap in conjunction with the button up front, which I like. I do not like flashlights that have the dual setup where you have a tail cap button as well as a thumb button up here near the lens. It is also easy to change modes in typical Olight fashion. You just hold the button down until you get to whatever mode you want. And it just continues to cycle up through the modes, and you stop on whichever one you want. If you want to get into turbo mode, you double tap it. If you wanted to get into strobe, which I'm not going to do right now because it will blind everybody, you triple tap it. You tap it 3 times. It does have memory, so it comes back on where you left it, whether it be low, medium, or high. I do not believe it will come back on in turbo mode. It does have a magnetic tail cap here, so you can attach it to any metal surface that you want, or at least magnetic metal surface that you want and or need to. The magnetic ring on the back is also how you charge it. It does come with a little USB charger that sticks to the tail cap. You guys saw that when I was making the dash mount to put in my truck. Now, as far as a review, guys, this is most definitely not a review. I have not had the light long enough. I've had it for all of 4 days. So I have not used this nearly long enough to actually provide an accurate opinion, or at least what I feel like would be an accurate opinion on my usage of it. So this is not a review. The purpose behind me sharing this video now, or sharing about this light now, is when Olight approached me about reviewing this light, I jumped at the chance because, like I said, I was honestly considering buying it anyway. But they are having a flash sale on Friday, the 29th of June. A flash sale, 29th of June. The flash sale being is basically 50% off. I will leave links in the description to both the Pro model as well as the law enforcement model. I highly recommend getting the law enforcement model. You can totally bypass the engineered mount for your car if you're interested in that sort of thing, and get the law enforcement model there. The mount by itself is almost as much as the flashlight if you choose to purchase it separately. So that is not something I'm going to do because I just got the Pro model here, but my little improvised solution works just fine. That being said, if I was purchasing this light, I would definitely get the law enforcement model. The price difference is around $10. It's not out of this world by any stretch of the imagination. The prices run about $85 for the Pro model and about $95, give or take a few bucks, for the law enforcement model. Again, check the links in the description for the exact pricing on that. Is this light worth the $85 and $95? Like I said, I have not had this long enough to form an accurate opinion on whether it is cost effective or not. My gut feeling is yes. I really like Olight products. So far, this seems to be a really solid flashlight, but as far as longevity, I can't speak to it. Is it worth the regular cost without the flash sale? Again, I'm going to have to default back to I have not had it long enough to form an accurate opinion, but as you may have noticed, I was considering purchasing this flashlight before I was aware of a flash sale. So you guys can form your own opinions there. Well, guys, thank you very much for stopping by today. I do want to take just a quick minute here at the tail end of this video to say that I'm sorry I've been gone for so long. Had a lot going on in my life. I did an update video back at the end of last year, and basically immediately after that, everything changed. It was everything that I outlined in that video, that's saying what's been going on, why I've been absent, you know, what my plans are for the future, etc., etc. Within that week, I got some really big news in my life. Big news that I had been waiting to hear for over 5 years. So it's good stuff, definitely good stuff. But it threw a kink in my plans, so to speak. But it was a good kink. A lot of good stuff to share, but I'm not going to make this video any longer by sharing it now. I will say that in the past 6 weeks, I've really been brainstorming about how to come back to YouTube, how to fit it back into my life now that my priorities have changed, my schedule has changed, and I'm working out the pieces to it. I'm going to try to, within the next week or so, come back and do more of an informal, I don't know if it'll be a live video or not, but I may try for a live video. I don't know. We'll see. But and just kind of catch you guys up, tell you what's been going on in my life, at least the interesting parts, the parts that are you guys might find relevant and care about, and then kind of start a conversation about where we might go in the future as a channel and as a community. Yeah. Anyway, so that being said, guys, thank you very much for stopping by today. I know it's odd coming back from so much silence with the flashlight review video, whatever you want to call it, but it was kind of a time crunch. Is, you know, that there's a flash sale happening, and so part of receiving the light to show off to you guys is that I needed to announce that flash sale. So anyway, thank you guys very much for stopping by. If you're interested in the light, want more specs, I know I didn't go over the specs because the specs honestly get kind of boring when they're rattled out over a video. I tried to share the important parts, but anyway, the exact spec sheet will be down in the description. Links to the flash sale will be down in the description. All the relevant information will be, guess what? Down in the description. So anyway, guys, thank you very, very much for stopping by again, and I will see you very soon, I hope. Have a great day, folks.